Some of you Lincoln guys were down in Sutton in Ashfield, where this young gentleman here mentioned Westfield Mall in, is it Kenya, where the massacre happened in the mall, and he said, just imagine what would happen if 3 or 4 Muslims turned up at Meadowhall and started letting off guns all over the place. How many hundreds they could kill in minutes? And he's being investigated for hate speech. But just imagine that, because who's just been arrested? 4 Muslims planning to attack the cenotaph, the Queen, the Prime Minister. Now, this is not hate speech, this is just trying to tell the people to wake up. This Islam is coming to get you, and no matter how often the Muslim says, oh, they're misinterpreting it, there's supposedly how many different types of Muhammad? 8 different types of Muhammad. Well, I don't give a shit about 7 of them. It's the one that's going to cut my head off that I care about, and the one that's raping our kids. These are the people we've got to stand up. We need cameras in the mosques, we need cameras in the Muslim understanding centres, and we need a foot on the throat of this death cult before it starts really kicking off. Now, in India, Pakistan, Christians are getting ready. The Christian faith is the most oppressed faith in the world, and the church will not stand up. Well, if the church won't stand up, I will. I might not be a right good Christian, but I live my life as a Christian. I don't like killing. I don't like thieving. All right, fall off the wagon every now and then, but not killing, hopefully. Now, he's just said burn a poppy and something else. Well, at some point, this place, this country is going to go up in flames. If they had managed to get to the Queen tomorrow morning, do you think I'd be studying speaking? I'd be taking action. Serious, straight on, full-on action. Because I will not let this country die in the hands of them wankers.
Canada. Nathan Cirillo.
Oh, yeah? Nathan Cirillo killed where? At the cenotaph. Well, there's a subtle hint for you. Where the next targets are going to be. Now, they might not be at the main cenotaph in London tomorrow. I'm going to the cenotaph. I'll be in Doncaster's. And if they come for me, I'll kill them bastards! Self-defense is written through the Bible. It's written through our laws. That's all we are doing. English Defence League. And if you will not defend us, we will defend ourselves. Right, we're going to keep it, like I said, we're going to keep it short because of the shitty weather. But you've turned out, you've shown your support. Polish. We've got a few Cockneys here. We've even got a couple of Welsh I've seen. They've come from everywhere because they're here for the right reasons. These kids need protecting. Now, people who aren't members of EDL might have thought Banks had gone off on a tangent about Islam, about Muslims. But the thing is, it all relates back to the same thing. A massive lack of respect for you and your culture. Yeah. You and your beliefs. And you and your rights to anything. Wherever Muslims are a minority, they demand minority rights. Once they become a majority, there is no minority rights. You will then be crushed under their feet, either enslaved, killed off, or taxed to the eyeballs.
50% tax.
50% tax. Attack here.
Yeah. Jizya. And your children will still be...
I'll give them some jizya, I'll tell you that.
Fucking Jackson.
But like I said, remember why we're here. We're here to keep this issue of this child sexual exploitation going. This needs dealing with, and the only way to deal with it is pressure. We've been working and talking alongside a few charities. While we were in that camp behind me, we had meetings, social services, Muslim Youth Council of Britain. They thought that because we've now in that camp, they won't come forward and do any more meetings with us. They made promises to us. They made promises to work against this abuse that's coming from their community. Not ours, their community.
As soon as we weren't in that camp, they've cut all ties with us because they know we're telling the truth's coming out, and the people are recognising what animals they are and what shit treatment they've got planned for you and your kids. We will put that camp back up eventually if nothing's done about it. Watching concrete that bit end up weak to stop us. I'm not bothered, I've got an airbed, I'll stop on concrete. This is for my kids' protection, my kids' future. Young Jordan, one of the young lads from here, he keeps repeatedly getting jumped by the Muslims in Clifton Park because he's standing up, 4'9" high, and he's got more bollocks than most of the men here. Most of the men in Rotherham, he's standing there and standing his ground to look after his community. For every one of you here, there's a minimum of 50 people that agree with you. They just can't, daren't, or won't stand up for whatever reason. If you wait for the local authorities, they are losing their jobs for standing up and speaking out against this. That's another problem with the local authorities. The social services, Rotherham Metropolitan Borough Council, South Yorkshire Police, the fire service. They are left-wing, union-led, and they are having their voices captured, taken down, and they are being gagged to stop people coming out and spreading the word of what shit is happening in this country.
Shit is fucking right.
Everybody is allowed an opinion. That's the idea of a democracy. Not hiding facts, not covering up and letting kids get molested, letting housing areas get overrun and people being shoved out of where they've grown up from because it is a Sharia zone. There is no such thing as a Sharia zone in Britain. If you want a Sharia zone, go back to that desert. And then I recommend our government press one button, turn that desert to glass and fucking wipe Islam off the planet. Eventually they will grow some balls. Whether you like it or not, Maggie Thatcher died of a broken heart because of the spineless government we've got. Her job was not completed, and this is what's letting all this shit take over our country and our way of life. Stand up, be counted. Like Banksy said, you've just had a vote for PCC. 14% of South Yorkshire voted on that. You want to be ashamed of yourself if you didn't vote. And yet again, a Labour PCC got in to cover it up and allow this to carry on. We can't. This has got to be dealt with. Any charities that need help, support them. Support these kids and stand up and speak to the local authority, the spineless shits in there, and tell them what you want, what you expect. It's the only way we will make a difference. As I said, it's going to start banging it down again, so we're going to keep it short. But what we're going to do, we're going to form up here, we're going back the same route, but as another march. Which is unusual, we only get the one, 3 today. And then when we get here, there's a you can go in the train station and leave, or we can go in the bridge. We've been allowed, we can have at the pub after. So if whoever's got banner, if you want to form up here, and we're going to march back the way we came. Sorry there's not been a lot of speakers, we've had 2 or 3 letters down, all who had important things to say, but for whatever reason they've not made it. Thank you.